Hello everyone, I'm 223MR and welcome back to Diamond WRLD. I want to thank you guys for joining me and remember to follow the channel on your favorite podcast app and YouTube. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at King223MR. In this episode of Diamond WRLD, I'm going over the PlayStation Showcase as well as the NFL's opening week. But before I get into the news, this episode of Diamond WRLD is sponsored by my new series, Grand Prix from a Newbie, where I cover the most recent Grand Prix in IndyCar and F1. Now, let's get back to the news. Now, if you guys are new here, I'll just start with the best thing I saw or played this week, and then get into some sports news and then end with video game news. So, with that, let's start off with the best thing I saw this week. And honestly, it was mind-blowing to see Albert Pujols hit that bomb right there in St. Louis in his first at-bat in Busch Stadium for the series. It was, it felt electric. The crowd gave him a standing ovation. Just an awesome thing to see. Walking Hall of Famer, the respect that Albert Pujols has given to a lot of players, the respect that he's given to his fans, and I just think that what the Dodgers did with Pujols, I can't say enough. I'm a Dodgers fan. But I'm not biased about this issue. But about this, Albert Pujols probably did one of the smartest things in coming to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have, made his choice the right decision. They made him look good. The Dodgers have shown that signing Pujols was just not. It was both parties. Both parties wanted this. Both parties got this. Both parties believed in each other, and I am so glad that it seems to have worked out. Pujols has been in another level, and I think it's just not that he's on another level. I don't think that it's that he's changed his workout routine, his diet, or anything. I just think he's that good, and he wasn't being well in the Angels organization. He had a lot of good friends there, no doubt about that. But the office back there, it just doesn't seem like there was any room for him. They signed him that contract. I don't know. I forgot how many years it was. What, 10 years, something like that? I don't really remember. I don't really care. But they kind of just wanted him out of the door after 5 years. It just didn't make sense. So that's pretty impressive to see him and to see the crowd. Cardinals. I mean, when I think of Albert Pujols, I think of Cardinals, World Series champion, and Busch Stadium. That's easily what I think of. So now let's head into the sports news. Let's start off with the NL West race. The NL West continues to heat up, with the Giants being 2.5 games ahead of the Dodgers as of this recording. Giants have the upper hand with not just taking them down in their last series, but having an easier schedule in the end of the calendar, leading into October. We'll see what happens. I still think the Dodgers take the division, but the Giants aren't losing 5 games in a row. So the Dodgers need to win out. And they are playing the Padres, and the Padres do have their number, but the Dodgers got to play some really great team. Not just the Padres they got to play. They got to play, I believe they got to play the Brewers at the end of the season. And they still have a couple of other playoff teams that are among them. So, I kind of think that the Dodgers still have a shot. I think they will win the division. But again, if the Giants win, won't be shocked. Will not be shocked. They are that damn good. And I don't see them slowing down. I don't see them slowing down until October. That's the only time when they're no longer in the playoffs. That's the only time I see them slowing down, when they get eliminated. But yeah, same thing with the Dodgers, man. Look, if their streak ends, their streak ends. Don't think about it. Dodgers got to think about getting. Obviously they're trying to win the division, but just get hot. That's all the Dodgers at this point. I would tell them to do. Just get hot. Who cares about the division race? It's all about getting hot. That way, when you're in that wild card game, you have your best hitters at that moment. Knock them out. The Reds or the Padres. Move on to the Giants. Whoop their ass. And then go on to the Brewers or Braves, or whoever they're going to play. and then work out whatever happens in the World Series. That's what I would do if I was Dave Robertson and Dodgers, to make sure I get hot for October. And if I'm the Giants, just play your game, man. Just play your game. Giants, I think if they win the division, they earned it. They earned it easily. So, I gotta give praise to the Giants. Now on to the next news. We got UCLA, an unranked team, beats number 16 ranked LSU with authority. No gimmick at all. LSU showed nothing from defense, and offense struggled to keep pace with UCLA's Chip Kelly's playbook. This marks UCLA's first win under Chip Kelly. Well, actually his second win, but first win as a ranked team. I'm sorry about that. First Chip Kelly win going up against a ranked team. I believe that's a fact. And it was an all-out statement, man. Both teams switched places in ranking, with UCLA taking number 16 and LSU falling from top 25. We'll see how UCLA continues in the season. Their rushing was very impressive to see, but then again, LSU couldn't tackle, even if it was a vegetable on the field, man. Oregon beats number 3 ranked Ohio State. Those are two Pac-12 teams that are showing that they belong, and they're going for the top 5. They're going for those top 5 rankings. To see Oregon beat a number 3 Buckeyes. I wasn't very. I didn't feel like the Buckeyes were very promising this season. The Ohio State's always good, but I also didn't see this coming. Oregon and Oregon's number 12. Don't get me wrong, they're ranked number 12, but still, after Justin Herbert went on to the draft, got drafted by the Chargers, I didn't think Oregon was still going to be in those top ranked teams. And man, are they? They just beat a number 3 team, which I believe Oregon might go all the way to top 6. Might get a number 6 ranking. Now, I really wanted to talk about this, and I want to make sure I get this across, man. The U.S. Open, and I want to talk about the U.S. Open women's single tournament. Absolutely. I talked about the Albert Pujols things because Albert Pujols, that's just one moment. But I wanted a whole segment on this. This was absolutely amazing. I didn't watch every single game, but the games I did watch, absolutely electric. New York. Got to give you a round of applause. Those New York fans were absolutely electric. You could feel what they were feeling. You could feel what those athletes were feeling too. Man, those athletes were absolutely amazing. One of the best tournaments I've seen, for the U.S. Open. I know last year we did have Naomi Osaka, but I don't think was there fans? I don't even remember, dude. I think there was fans last year, but but the difference between, I think, now and then, Naomi Osaka became a star. She became a star in Wimbledon, right? Went to the U.S. Open, became a megastar. She goes on to the U.S. Open. Now, everyone's going crazy. So, I definitely wanted to talk about this, and I want to talk about the women's division. And so, let's go on into Leylah Fernandez and Emma. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I won't try it. My apologies out there. But they continued their dominance as the underdogs heading into the finals. They competed against some really, really great talent out there. And I won't get into everything or who they beat, but it's very impressive how they were able to get there on their tour to the U.S. Open finals. I really did not expect this in a single scenario. To be honest, I didn't expect this at all. 2 teenagers haven't headlined the finals since 1999. Let that sink in. It's been a very long time since this has happened. And history was made not just when one teenager went on to the finals, but when both went to finals, with Emma winning that semifinal match. winning a semifinal match against Sakari. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it definitely shows that the women's tennis has the best young stars, and there's only going to be more coming. Now, Emma did have the upper hand in their match. It felt as if Layla was too slow at times and wasn't able to get those important breaking points that really mattered and that would have gave her some type of swing momentum. Emma didn't allow Layla to win a set, and well, she won the U.S. Open. You know, I was rooting for Layla Fernandez in the tournament because I love Naomi Osaka. You know, I think she's absolutely amazing. I can't not watch her. You know, if she's on, she's playing, I'm watching her. That's just what it is. And to see her lose to Layla, and I understand, you know, Naomi Osaka was kind of, you know, she was ranked number 3, but we still didn't know if she was going to be able to beat, to win another U.S. Open. I mean, this year's U.S. Open. But Layla Fernandez, man, the grit, the grind, the composure, the heartbeats that she showed, that she wasn't afraid of the spotlight, you know. I just couldn't, you know, I just had to go for her. I had to root for her. I didn't really watch enough of Emma during the tournament, so I didn't have a really gist of, you know, what I was going to get from her against Layla. But it was just one of those things where I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, you know. September 11th, 2021, 2 teenage women stars went on to the U.S. Open. New York was going absolutely nuts for these 2 women. Teenagers, man. 19-year-old, 18-year-old. And it's just incredible. I wish I was there. I really do. I mean, it was just, the crowd was amazing. I think the crowd really showed how much heart, how much these women actually put into the fight, you know, to get that trophy. And so I really wanted to talk about that, the U.S. Open. So yeah, congrats to Emma. I'm gonna say her last name. Say her last name. Congrats to Emma Raducanu. You see, just sounds horrible, man. Sounds horrible off my mouth. You know, sorry about that. But yeah, congrats to her. I loved the press conference, post conference, whatever they had, to you know, to give them the trophies. But Layla and Emma both had beautiful speeches that I think you guys should definitely watch. But yeah, I hope that I think women's tennis is definitely in the right hands. And yeah, it was just exciting to watch. On to the next news. I'm gonna bring up F1 news. So the F1 season, silly season, continues on through this last week, with Kimi announcing his retirement and Bottas getting a seat to replace him. So Bottas will be going to Alfa Romeo. Kimi is out and he's retiring. You know, Mercedes will later come out and officially sign George Russell to the team, and, you know, team him up with the great Sir Lewis. You know, we all saw this coming. It was rumors. Bottas going to Alfa Romeo. Once that is done, George Russell signed with Mercedes. You know, that wasn't really a big secret, you know. But AlphaTauri also announced that Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda will stay for the next season. I mean, awesome for AlphaTauri, right? Awesome for Gasly, awesome for Yuki Tsunoda. But I also don't want Pierre Gasly to be there any more longer. I hope that next season is his last season at AlphaTauri. Just because he belongs in a better car, you know, he deserves a Red Bull. And here's the thing, he deserves a Red Bull spot, but I don't think he deserves to be teammates with Max Verstappen. This guy has literally tore up the AlphaTauri car. You know, he has been driving out lights out. You know, now he had trouble in Monza in Italy Grand Prix. We'll talk about that on my new show, Grand Prix from a Newbie. So we'll talk about that there more. But yeah, I don't want Gasly to stay there any more longer than he has to. So yeah, I hope there's Alpine is still there. Fernando is definitely gonna stay there. So for next season, so maybe uh uh you know when Alpine is in a little bit of better spot and Fernando Alonso leaves, Gasly goes in. Two Italy driver Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly. Who knows? But with that, Williams has also announced that their lineup will be Alex Albon and Nicolas Latifi. Now, yes, Alex Albon will move on from the Red Bull team, and he'll be going to Williams and drive in a Mercedes, in a Mercedes engine, I should say. But yeah, I mean, this is also something we saw coming. It was a lot of rumors, but yeah, I think this is great. I'm not a big Alex Albon fan. I don't really think he's probably the best young driver in Formula One. But I do think that he had a better shot with Williams than he ever will be with Red Bull. I just don't see. I don't see any future of Pierre Gasly or Alex Albon in Red Bull. Maybe Albon could have had a better case, but it just doesn't seem like it's a good spot for a lot of young drivers. I think Sergio Perez does a great job. He's a veteran, and Max Verstappen is the young kid. And sometimes, for most part, the veteran is the one that is the world champion, goes for the world champions. But Verstappen is. I mean, we saw that with Ferrari too, right? Sebastian Vettel was the veteran, but he was getting outshined by the young driver Leclerc, and who stayed? Leclerc. Now he's with Carlos Sainz. But yeah, 2022 is starting to shape up with only Giovinazzi's seat in question. So yeah, so Alfa Romeo is still figuring out who the next driver is gonna be, because we all think that Giovinazzi's seat is very much, he's out. And here's the thing. I don't think he has shown anything to prove that he has deserves that seat. I know he got his last two races. He has gotten better qualifiers, got into Q3, but it doesn't seem like Giovinazzi had the best shot at staying in Formula One. Or even with Alfa Romeo, just specifically that. But yeah, I mean, if he wants to take a sabbatical, obviously he might be, instead of being a sim driver for Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, or whatever the case may be, join IndyCar. I mean, look at Roman Grosjean, Sebastian Bourdais, look at all the drivers they have. Patricio Ward, Alex Palou, Rinus VK. I know most of those guys are very much American trained, but Roman Grosjean has definitely very much shown that, look, there's a place for him in IndyCar. There's a place for them in America. And I think if Giovinazzi really wants to come to IndyCar, I think he has a perfect spot here in the America single seat drive. So we'll see what happens with Giovinazzi. But yeah, I think the lineup should be all together except for those Alfa Romeo. We should get news probably this month where Giovinazzi is gonna be at. So yeah. Now on to the NFL's opening week. So we started off on Thursday. We had Tampa Bay beating the Cowboys on Thursday, like I said. And on Sunday, depending on when you hear this, maybe it's today, whatever the case may be. But the opening Sunday, we have the Seahawks versus Colts, Pittsburgh versus the Bills, Ravens versus Chiefs, Tua versus Matt Jones, Rams face off against Justin Fields and the Bears, and on Monday, my Raiders face off against the Ravens. Some great games to start off the season off, and a lot of, bettors getting in on this week. You know, Vegas gonna get that money for sure. Um, I'm most excited for Cleveland versus Chiefs rematch, and I have a feeling the Browns are gonna get this win. I'm hearing everywhere Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. You know, I understand Chiefs are that good, but I just have this gut feeling Baker Mayfield and the Browns are gonna take that W and shoot their asses to the moon. You know, they're gonna shoot to the moon after this win against Kansas City. You know, that's just what I think. But definitely not gonna count out the Chiefs. I actually think Chiefs, you know, have a better shot at winning. But I have a gut feeling the Browns are gonna take this win, and I think that's the difference, right? When you're talking about who's gonna win and who you feel like's gonna win. So yeah, I feel like Cleveland's gonna win, but everything's pointing towards the Chiefs. So, let me know. Depending on when you get this, let me know what game you guys were most excited for, or what game did you guys watch and was like absolutely amazed. That thank God this was on the first week. Yeah, I know the Steelers versus Bills is also a good match. I believe that's going to be in Buffalo too. Tua versus Matt Jones, probably, right? Now, you know, I live in Los Angeles, but you know, I gotta go with the Bears, man. Fuck the Rams. And I kind of really kind of hope that Justin Fields play that game. You know, what do the Bears have to lose? You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't really have much. I mean, they've been to the playoffs twice. Are they really good enough for a Super Bowl? I don't think so. So might as well just play them. Fuck it. All right, guys. So we made it through the sports news. Now let's get on to the video game news. But yeah, first, before I get into the PlayStation showcase, man, let's talk about Sonic Colors Ultimate. Now, Sonic Colors Ultimate is a dangerous game. Who would have thought that the Blue Hedgehog would have a really bad launch for a 3D Sonic game? Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, man, Sonic Colors Ultimate, the Switch version specifically, has epileptic glitches. I think I said that right. Epileptic? No, I didn't say that right. Whatever the fuck. Yeah. I'm not going to show them here because I don't want anyone to get hurt. But Nintendo is giving refunds, so even if you hate the game, you can go ahead and get your money back. Tell them you got glitches or whatever the case it may be. Because from what I'm seeing from the videos of of these glitches, this might be the greatest game to ever come out. Especially to come out this year. To have a game that can potentially kill people. Sonic EXE. Dude, this is are you kidding me, dude? How does this get out into the public? How are these things sold? It doesn't make any sense to me. What the fuck was that Sega? What happened at Sega, dude? How do you not make sure that these glitches don't happen? Who the fuck was the test? Who the fuck tested the game? Who the fuck developed the game? How the fuck the code was that fucked up? Obviously when the game is released, there's gonna be bad patches. Obviously, it's a Sonic game. There's gonna be some type of glitches. It's gonna need a patch or two, whatever the case may be. But to have epileptic glitches, it just doesn't seem right. And I know it might be on an emulator or whatever the case may be, but it's bad. I think once this story came out, it's a pretty bad thing. And think about it. So Sonic Colors Ultimate had a digital deluxe edition. I think a lot of people were having this problem with the digital deluxe edition for $45 on Nintendo Switch. So, I mean, You're not just getting the ultimate one, but you're getting the digital deluxe. If I am correct, let me see. Yeah, it's called Sonic Colors Ultimate Digital Deluxe for $45. Um, you paid $45 to possibly end up injured, or whatever the case may be. Put yourself in the hospital for $45. That is pretty crazy. And if you guys are gonna search it up, let me know what you guys think of those glitches, man. I know I was gonna get it before. Actually I was gonna pre-order it. And I'm kinda mad that I didn't, Very much mad I didn't, But I'm gonna get the physical copy. That way I can keep this forever and ever, and hopefully I get glitches, man. I really want the glitches to be in my copy of the game. Or, have a playthrough of glitches. Because some of those colors, man, best colors in the game. Ultimate, man. It says Sonic Colors Ultimate. That's what literally it gave you. So, yeah, that was some big news coming from the Blue Hedgehog World Sonic community. Love that community. One of the greatest communities of all time. Filled with great people. People who know their stuff. People who are reasonable. So that's where we live off with that. All right. So now we're on to the main show, the main part of the show, which is the PlayStation Showcase. Let's run down this awesome event. So, first we had the first thing they revealed was the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Now this is crazy, dude. They revealed this. I don't think I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. It was rumors that there was a remake coming of Knights of the Old Republic. But to open the show with it, and especially to state that it's a time exclusive, or whatever the case that may be, a year, whatever the case may be. But to have Darth Revan showed, man, I popped. I've never played Knights of the Old Republic, so I know I'm for sure gonna get this game. I'm sure gonna be a badass with Darth Revan. So yeah, I am super excited for that. Project Eve with the next one. We got trailer and gameplay. This is a Korean developed game, and honestly, it looks pretty good. Teeny Tina's Wonderland. Sorry, that's a weird one. But it's a Borderland type game. It's from Gearbox, so we had a lot of Borderland fans, I guess, kind of hype for that. And Forspoken is a Square Enix theme. I don't really know what the fuck's going on there. It's Square Enix, so you could trust them. It looks kind of cool. Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Extraction. We got more footage from that. Okay, whatever. We got the Alan Wake remastered trailer for the PS5. Cool. GTA 5 expanded enhanced edition and GTA Online for the PS5. Why the fuck was this showed? I don't give a fuck. Rockstar. I don't give a fuck. I want GTA 6. God damn it. Look, GTA 5 is great, right? This has meme potential to go all the way into the PS7, dude, and Xbox 520, 420, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But this is just one of those things that Rockstar is going to continue doing. Why is GTA coming to PS5? We don't need a PS5 version. I don't give a fuck about a PS5 version. Give me GTA 6. Fuck off. We got Ghostwire Tokyo. We got more footage and more of a storyline from that. Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. More footage from that, I guess. We got a little bit more trailer from that. So kind of like a movie trailer. Kind of cool. Vampires, the Massacred Blood Hunt. I think that's what it's called. So we got a trailer from that, gameplay, and we got Deathloop. More footage from that. Why? Who was the dude? Was it Phil Spencer? Was it Phil Spencer who was like, "We need Deathloop. We need Deathloop. It comes out like in a couple weeks. We need that shit now." I don't give a fuck about Deathloop, dude. I already know enough that I'm not gonna pre-order that game. I know enough. So it's like, why are you gonna show me that? I already made up my mind. With the last trailer you showed, or 2 trailers ago you showed. I don't give a fuck at this point. Or you kind of already made your mind up. I'm not buying it until I know the game is good, or whatever the case may be. Until the reviews come out. Come on. After that, we had a Kid Mencia exhibition. I don't know what the fuck that is, dude. It's like, I guess it had like a Blair Witch type of thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it was the Blair Witch one. Yeah, they had a video camera, whatever. I don't know. Tachia, skip. I'm not gonna talk about that. We had Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for PC and PS5. So PC, awesome, dude. It's cool. It's gonna be on PC. I can't say nothing about that. But why? Why is it coming to PS5? It's on the PS4. My PS5 is a PS4 emulator. Why do I need it to come to PS5? I don't really get that. You're gonna make me pay? It just doesn't make any sense for me. And obviously you are. It's a Thieves collection, right? So you're getting those 2 games. You're obviously gonna have to pay, right? Because I only have Uncharted. I only have an Uncharted 5, whatever. Right? Sorry, Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4. I have Uncharted 4. I'm not gonna get the upgrade, am I? Now the next thing that they showed was Marvel's Wolverine. Holy shit, what a reveal. Did not expect that. Made by Insomniac. What the fuck? Gran Turismo 7 looks awesome. Talk about more about it in a little bit. Marvel Spider-Man 2 2023. Let's go. Talk about more. I'll talk more about that later. God of War Ragnarok. We found out the name. It's called Ragnarok, and we got gameplay, we got story, cool stuff. So it's a lot to unpack. I know I kind of ran down and what my thoughts were. So I'll only cover what I think is cool and what I thought is important. So let's go back to Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. So this game is, from what we heard from the developers of, is that it's gonna be modernized, and I just can't wait. Again, I popped hard. I went crazy when I saw Darth Revan. I really didn't think it was gonna be Darth Revan. Like, I was doing some. I think I was writing. Diamond WRLD. So I was writing this thing. I'm pretty sure I was writing Diamond WRLD. And then all of a sudden, Darth Revan shows up, dude. I was not expecting that. That caught me off guard. So excited for that. So after that one came out, obviously Project Eve. But I felt like Project Eve didn't get that much attention for the reason that Darth Revan was showed. You go from Darth Revan to another game. But it did have it looks good, It's under some Korean developers, and it's a hack and slash. So I'm pretty interested in that one. That one I think has influences from Bayonetta, which obviously Devil May Cry. So it looks really cool. Looks really fun. I mean, the graphics look pretty great. The girl looks amazing. I'm so glad that it's a game with a female lead, and she looks hot, but isn't showing a lot of skin. Why? I don't know why I have to mention that, but I do. So again, Uncharted moves and gets PC, gets PS5 upgrade. It still looks great on the PS4. I won't drag that out anymore, but I'm just still confused about that. But now I want to talk about Gran Turismo 7. Now, this looks absolutely gorgeous, dude. I am so excited for March. So we got the release date. It's March 4th. There was so much customization that was shown. Obviously we're talking about the customization of a car, but we're talking about the cars from the past. The liveries of the cars. These futuristic cars that they have. The graphics. Are absolutely amazing, dude. I know I'm probably gonna get Gran Turismo day one. I might live stream it. I don't know, but I suck at sports. Not sports game. I suck at racing games. I'm only really good at kind of Formula One, but even I don't play online, so I don't give a fuck. But yeah, Gran Turismo 7. I mean, I remember growing up as a kid and wanting to get Gran Turismo 7, but I could never afford it. Um, you know, so I, but yeah, I always mesmerized Gran Turismo. Um, and now having Gran Turismo 7, I played Gran Turismo on the PS4, right? But having Gran Turismo 7, seeing how much they've added from that last game, we're getting features that it kind of looks like Forza, right? With those maps, right? That map, right? What they showed with that map kind of looks like Forza Horizon. It doesn't look like it's gonna be open world, which I'm glad it's not simulated racing game, but it does kind of show that there's more organization with the map. I think from Gran Turismo PS4, which I think I'm not mistaken, but they also have the feature that I'm so glad that they added was better photo mode, dude, a better photo mode, which means like, I think what they showed was you could pick any one of your cars, put them in, and then put them in a photo, Photoshop them into a photo. That is absolutely awesome, dude. Before on Gran Turismo PS4, we could only take a picture from our garage. Now we have so much, added to that, which is so awesome. We could take a picture of our dream car. We could take a picture of probably our current car, customize it up, take a picture of our current car, just looked pimped out. That's something that the game was missing. I'm so glad they added it. And again, they're talking about the haptic feedback. I don't know I don't know if a lot of people are going to be using a controller to play Gran Turismo 7. I know I am, because I'm not fucking buying a steering wheel right now with the setup I have. I don't have enough room. But who knows? Who knows if people are gonna like play, like once they get it, they're just gonna fucking play on the controller for like, I don't know, an hour. Because that's the thing. Gran Turismo 7, I think, is gonna be kind of like the Ratchet and Clank. Ugh. I know I said it. Kind of like the Ratchet and Clank, I know it's gonna be on PS4 as well. I think that's what they said. But on PS5, you're getting the adaptive triggers, the haptic feedback, and the SSD. Fasting loading times with Gran Turismo 7. So that's gonna do a lot of things that that's gonna probably influence a lot of people to might play with the controller a little bit more often than the steering wheel. And I think that's if I was a steering wheel person, I'd probably want to review the game with the haptic controller, with the PlayStation 5 controller first before I go with the steering wheel. So I kind of want to see how people react to that as well, because again, you're gonna go from a steering wheel to a controller. I don't think so, but seeing how those people feel about those controllers when they're playing Gran Turismo 7, I kind of want to hear what they're saying about that. But let's talk about the big news, baby. That's Insomniac, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? Not only did they show Spider-Man 2 that featured Peter, Miles Morales, I believe Kraven's voice, and they showed off Venom. You know what they did? You know what they did to us? Obviously you do. They revealed a new project. Insomniac Games is making Wolverine. Marvel's Wolverine. I am fucking hyped up to the max. I am excited for that. It looks like it's both exclusive to PS5. It sucks. Trust me, it sucks that we still have exclusive games. But if anyone deserves an exclusive game, it's PlayStation and Insomniac Games. God damn it. They continue to make their great games. They just continue. Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Miles Morales, right? So Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and then Ratchet and Clank. And then don't forget about that Ratchet and Clank game that came out when the PS4 came out, right? So Insomniac Games has been developing, the best games that PlayStation has to offer, other than Santa Monica, which we're gonna get to in a minute. But man, look, man, I know it's a Marvel game. I know it's a franchise that two people love, right? We love Spider-Man. We love the X-Men, especially Wolverine. But man, Insomniac makes dynamic stories. It's something that Marvel, I think, respects, and they love their relationship with Insomniac Games. It's just one of those things where It's like this. When you're watching a Marvel film, an Endgame or whatever the case may be, Loki. When you're watching as a comic book fan, you get what you want as a fan, right? Well, Marvel is getting what they want as a fan too. They're getting these very great storied games with Insomniac. They know what Insomniac can do with Ratchet and Clank, and they saw a couple other games, right? They went to Marvel went to Insomniac Games. They got Spider-Man out of it, and it just blew up the world. And now they're gonna get Wolverine. It's just something to be honored by Insomniac, right? For a video game studio to respect you that much, to give you 2 exclusive games, and a game that they didn't really need. We know Spider-Man is owned by Sony, right? The film company, right? They don't really have anything to do with the video games or whatever the case is, but it fits, right? Spider-Man, Sony, whatever, it fits. But now you add Wolverine to that list. Oh my. Okay, so let's talk about Santa Monica Studios here. With God of War Ragnarok, baby. Holy fuck. Kratos is gonna go through Ragnarok. This father-son duo, this storyline. I haven't played the 2018 version of God of War. I think it's 2018. I haven't played that version of God of War. Gonna play it, I think, later this month, because I'm already hyped for Ragnarok, and I haven't even played it yet. So I need to catch up. Gonna catch up. But from the feedback that I heard from the fans, and look, I love God of War trilogy. It's why I haven't gone to the 2018 version of God of War. This, with Norse, mythology. But it's just something special, man. It's something special that I had with those trilogies, that it's kind of hard for me to see Kratos like that. But at the same time, I want to see it. So I'm gonna play it next month. And I'm going to get ready for Santa Monica Studios' next God of War project, God of War Ragnarok. Because it looked absolutely great. And I'm glad that the fans got hyped up for it too. We got Thor. We got a lot of cool stuff on that. I think a lot of people obviously are going for the story. I think a lot of people really like the story. I think that's why I'm kind of excited to play God of War 2 for the story. Right. But yeah, I'm super excited for after the PlayStation showcase. Some of the best games that they've shown. We kind of know their timeline, we know their schedule now. And look, I'm just gonna say it, Xbox got bodied, and it's honestly just because of the showcase. Look, when Xbox showed their showcase, PlayStation got bodied. When PlayStation showed their Xbox, they got bodied. And it's just that thing where it's like, I have all 3 systems, right? I got the Xbox, I got the next gen Xbox, right? Xbox XS, whatever series, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I got the PS5, I got the Nintendo Switch, I got a PC, PC laptop, right? A gaming laptop, whatever the case may be. So I have all forms of life, and I just really love video games. So obviously it's stupid to fight over stupid shit, but when there's a showcase, especially when it's not what's it called, Comic-Con, well, not even Comic-Con, sorry, but those E3s, those Comic-Cons and stuff, when Xbox and PlayStation have their little thing, and you know they go at it, right? So you have, oh, who had a better show, right? You know, not with these, right? Because this is, you can't really be like, oh shit, like tomorrow I'm gonna, you know, release this shit, you know. You know, you have to wait a whole showcase, a whole, you know, 4 months or whatever the case may be, to show you what you have, right? So I feel like whenever a showcase happens, the other one gets bodied, and that's what happened here. Now for PlayStation, the rundown for the next couple months, for this year, I think, is obviously they're going with Death Stranding. I'm definitely gonna pick that up for the PS5. Love that game. Obviously next year they got Horizon, not Forza, sorry, Horizon Zero Dawn. I forget what the title of that game is called. You know, they got Gran Turismo 7, right? And I believe God of War Ragnarok will come out 2022. So their lineup's looking good, as well as Xbox. It's a great time to be a console fan. Not a console fan, a video game fan. I feel like every year is great to be a video game fan. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I gotta leave it at that. You know, I love the PlayStation Showcase. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Let me know if you guys thought it was shit because you're an Xbox fanboy. Let me know. You know, just for a record, I'm a PlayStation fanboy. You know, but Gears of War is fucking awesome. So that will do it for this week's episode. And remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at King223MR, and subscribe to my YouTube channel 223MR. My YouTube channel has video game gameplays. You got Diamond WRLD stuff, obviously. We got a brand new series called Grand Prix from a Newbie. Remember to check that out, where I talk about in Formula One and IndyCar Grand Prix. We talk about the championship. I make vlogs as well sometimes, unboxing videos, whatever the case may be, on my YouTube channel exclusively. And this podcast is also on YouTube, Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher, wherever you may get your podcast, it's there. And remember to check out my Instagram, my Twitters for check out my Twitter for news for special news, sports, what I think about what's happening in the sports on a daily basis. And check out my Instagram for, for my hobbies. I got pictures of my action figures that I collect, video games, right? I got Instagram photos of that, Instagram photos that I've taken on Spider-Man, photos I've taken in Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that. If you want to get personal with me, go to Instagram and Twitter. You can catch me at King223 or more. Remember that. And remember to comment and like this video, as well as subscribe. So goodbye, and see you next time.